think I've had to make quite a lot of tough decisions. But maybe one of them I would say also happened in NLNG as well. I think, in June 2014, we had paid the federal government our company income tax. It was the first time we were paying company income tax, $1.4 billion. We had paid them in June because the law for the company income tax expects you to pay by June when you will have audited your accounts and are able to make payments. But in January of 2015, I was summoned to Abuja by senior government officials, and I was requested to make payment for the company income tax for that year in January. And I said, no, this is a bit curious. We haven't even audited our account, and the law says we pay by June. So, I intend to pay by June as we did the previous year. The government officials wouldn't take that for an answer, and so they continue to mount pressure at ministerial level to get this payment. I had to continue to say no. I discussed this also with my board and the shareholders, and I explained the circumstance. We hadn't even audited our account for that year, so it wasn't yet clear. We had an indication of what we will pay, but it wasn't yet clear. So I had to continue to say no to very senior government officials at ministerial level, and this went on from January till even May, when that government transited into a new government. And so we paid in June. During that period as well, that I had to refuse this payment, the National Oil Company moved against me. They demanded for my removal from the position as MD of Nigeria LNG, and tried to create some governance issues to request for my removal. But the board and the shareholders refused and said that I had not done anything wrong and that they supported everything that I had done. So we paid the money in June, and luckily the new government was very transparent about it. The money was shared amongst the state, federal, and local government, and they used it to pay teachers' salaries of workers. It was popularly called the Bailout Fund at that time. And what then transpired after that really showed that that decision to have stood strong and not make that payment when it was demanded was the right decision, despite the toughness of it. And the challenge was that it was discovered later that about the same period, over $2 billion was received from the national company by the National Security Advisor, and that money was used for funding elections and paying politicians. So I think we dodged the bullet by that decision, because I think if we had paid that money when it wasn't due, the likelihood was that it would have been used for about the same purpose. And probably today I would have been in a different position to have to explain why we made payment when we didn't. So I will say that was the toughest decision, because standing against a sitting government is not the easiest of decisions to make, but it was the right thing. The law was clear, and I think it was proved right at the end of the day as well.